What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Inland Sports Show. It is Thanksgiving Eve, and we have so much to be thankful for, including being live and amplified right here in the studio at Teen Vision TV 16 with our director, Johnny Nunez. We appreciate you coming in on a Wednesday night because we're trying to get you all set for the CIF Southern Section Football Championship games coming up on Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about all of our local teams. Standing by, we'll have Rialto head coach Robert Mitchell join us to talk about the Knights going to a finals game for the first time in school history. First, real quick, let's take a look at our local teams in action Friday and Saturday in Division 6. We've got Temecula Valley taking on Newport Harbor. We've got Aquinas in Division 7 going on the road to St. Pius and Downey. Aquinas and Temecula Valley both going for back-to-back CIF Southern Section championships going back to the last real football season in 2019. We've got Arlington taking on Montclair in Division 13. The Lions are back in the finals. They won championships back in 1981 and 1990, so it's been a while. Then the Rialto Knights in Division 14 going to the finals for the very first time. They will take on Lowara, which, if you're asking, where's Lowara? Well, if you know where Disneyland's at, it's right around the corner from Disneyland. And finally, in 8-man Division 2, California School for the Deaf Riverside will be at home on Saturday as they will take on perennial 8-man football powerhouse Faith Baptist as the Cubs are going for their first CIF championship in football. All right, there's the games involving our local teams and the Rialto Knights trying to make some school history on Friday night on the road. Joining us live on the show, the head coach of the Knights, Robert Mitchell. And, Coach, here we are on Thanksgiving Eve, and I know you've probably been around football for a long time, but have you ever had the honor of having to practice and prepare for a game the same week of Thanksgiving?
Not as a head coach. I have done it as an assistant coach at Rancho Verde, but yeah, not as a head coach, and it definitely has been fun, and the kids are excited about it right now.
So, Coach, let's rewind just real quick to that semifinal victory at home against Indian Springs. We had the game live on IEMG, and you've got some great running backs. You guys can really pound that football. You know, what was the key to victory in that game against the Coyotes that you're hoping that you can carry that momentum in going into the finals against Lowara?
You know, I think our offensive line is doing a really good job right now. And, you know, Antoine Fowler, number 11, he's doing an awesome job running the ball. And we also have Raekwon Williams running the ball. I mean, we have some good guys, and I think our offensive coordinator is doing a hell of a job calling the game right now.
Well, Coach, that was a big win. You guys are scoring a lot of points here in the playoffs. Without giving away all your secrets, you know, what do you know about this Lowara team? What do you think are the keys to victory on Friday night as you guys go on the road?
From what we've seen on film, they look like a very disciplined football team. We just have to make sure we use our speed like we have. I mean, I think we definitely have a speed advantage, and we just have to make sure that our offensive line is gelling like they've been doing. We just have to cut down on the penalties, which we did a good job of this last game, and make sure we don't turn that ball over. Like I say, Lowara is a very disciplined team. We just have to go out there and play Rialto Night football.
Coach, you know, going, you know, through this playoff run, what's the vibe been on campus? You know, as you guys are making this playoff run, you're making school history with each win, going to the finals for the very first time in Rialto High School history. What's the vibe been now that the football team is having so much success?
It's been great. It's been the students have been they've been excited on campus. I mean, it's, you know, especially from the beginning of the season until now, I think you can definitely see the excitement on campus right now, from not just from the students, but from the staff that are on campus. You know, you can see them uplifting our players all the time. They're definitely saying good things about our players, and it's helping our players. It's helping our players thrive, and they have a big confidence on their. You can see their confidence when they walk around campus now.
Well, Coach Mitchell, you also do wrestling, and I know wrestling seasons either has already started or about to start. I mean, how are you juggling football, this deep playoff run, and getting ready for a wrestling season?
Well, you know, for wrestling, I mean, just like football, I have some really good assistant coaches who have been doing a great job of running practice for me. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I have to, just like you say, juggling that, making sure that, you know, they're where they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And, we've definitely, my focus has definitely been on football right now. But, I definitely rely on my assistant coaches to keep me going.
All right, Coach, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Not only for yourself and your family, but also your team. Do you have a morning practice and you tell the guys to, eat one plate of food, don't go back for seconds or thirds? You got to be light on your feet on Friday night. What's the plans for you and your team?
Yeah, definitely. Just like you said, we're going to have a morning walkthrough, our normal Thursday walkthrough. And, it's definitely got to, they have to understand how to take care of their bodies. They can't, they've never been here before, so they're used to, filling themselves up on Thanksgiving. So we got to tell them, just like you said, eat one plate, and hopefully the leftovers will be there on Friday after the game.
There's a saying that the people who are most successful in life, whether it's, in the workplace or maybe in sports, self-control. You got to have self-control, right, to be successful. So that's going to be put to the test for everybody, including myself, come tomorrow. But, Coach, before we let you go, though, it's a very special time for you and your family. You've got baby number 3 on the way. So here you are making football history at Rialto. You also have a new addition to the family coming on the way. Talk about just, getting the big news. And, man, it's a special time, I guess, right now for you and your family, considering the playoff run and a new baby coming.
Yeah. My wife, she surprised me right after the game last week. And, she said we're having baby number 3, which was a shock. It's nice, especially around this time, Thanksgiving. So, it's a time about being with the family, and it's great to have another addition. It's a blessing to have another addition to our family.
Wait, so Coach, I saw you after the game, and you had that football, said baby number 3. So when I talked to you, you had just found out like minutes before that?
Yeah, my wife had my son run the ball up to me, and I just saw baby number 3 written on it, and so I found out just before I talked to you.
Wow. Well, you know what, Coach, you've got so much to be thankful right now. Listen, we're all Knights fans, so go get them on Friday night on the road at Loara again for that Division 14 championship. Thank you so much, Coach Mitchell, for joining us here on Thanksgiving Eve. We appreciate it, and hopefully maybe we'll see you again next week. You guys win Friday and keep playing.
Hey, that'd be nice. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. That is Robert Mitchell, head football coach for the Rialto Knights, joining us here live on the Inland Sports Show. We'll take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we'll break down more of the high school football championship games and some highlights, including Aquinas and Centennial. We'll be back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Awesome, Coach Mitch.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The time is now. The Boost Training Center is open for business and ready to help all the athletes across the Inland Empire. Doesn't matter the age or the sport, if you go to Boost Training with Coach Ray Bass, they're going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. So if you're out there looking to train this offseason, talking about all you football players especially, check out boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website. You can find a strength and speed class just for you this offseason, so you can be even bigger, better, faster, stronger this upcoming season. Give them a call or text at 951-532-4904 to reserve your spot today. Strength and speed training at Boost Training System. And don't forget, enrollment is open right now for the Bass School. That's Boost Alternative School for student athletes. You can check out what they have to offer at boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website once again, and you can enroll for the 2021-2022 school year. Again, this is not an online school. This is a private school specifically for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check it out today because space is limited.
Sweep again. Fowler is just too fast. He's just too fast.
He's gone.
Antoine Fowler can put this game on ice. Antoine Fowler in for the score. The speed, and he gets into the end zone for 6. And that could be good night for the Coyotes, as the Knights may very well advance to the championship game.
And that was Rialto and Indian Springs live on IMG TV as the Knights punched their ticket to the CIF Southern Section Finals in Division 14. Bradford Evans on the call with Jacob Pedroza. And that was a huge win for the Knights, going to the finals for the very first time. And again, we just had head coach Robert Mitchell on the show. And best of luck to the Knights on Friday night at Lowara. Now let's go to our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this week. These guys are making national headlines. I mean, everywhere. The nightly news, the New York Times, everybody has fallen in love with the California School for the Deaf Riverside Cubs. CSDR will be home on Saturday, 5 o'clock, as they will take on Faith Baptist, the contenders for the 8-man Division II championship. CSDR will host in Riverside. That's a 5 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. The Cubs are 12-0. They won at Catalina Island against Avalon in the semifinals. Now back home, trying to get the job done. And get this, their quarterback, Trevin Adams. Trevin has 49 touchdown passes and 24 rushing touchdowns. That's an incredible season at any level of high school football. And again, they're taking off Faith Baptist from Canoga Park. And Faith Baptist as a traditional 8-man powerhouse. In fact, I was going through some of the old record books for the CIF Southern Section. I already counted 5 CIF titles for Faith Baptist. They've been to about 10 championship games, so they've been there a long time, and they've won a lot of titles. But here come the Cubs, and we've all fallen in love with the Cubs this season, having a great year. All right, that's our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. Let's go to our Boost Top 25 poll. In fact, it's our final Top 25 poll of the season as we go into the championship games, and they are who we thought they were, right? We did not change the rankings from a week ago. The teams at the top are still there, and the teams that are still in the hunt for CIF Southern Section Championships, we had to reward them. There's not a lot of teams playing the week of Thanksgiving, but that's our Boost Top 25 poll for the final time this season. Centennial, number 1, followed by Norco, Vista Murrieta, Murrieta Valley. So some Big 8 League schools and some Southwestern League schools. And of course, they will form a super conference come next season. So can you believe like a Norco versus Murrieta Valley League game? It's going to happen, and it's going to be awesome. I'm here for it. So that's our final Boost Top 25 poll for the season. Now, speaking of Centennial High School, they took on Mater Dei in the semifinals. Johnny, let's check out some highlights from the Huskies. And, you know, Mater Dei is this, you know, mythical #1 team in the nation for high school football. And Centennial had them where they wanted them, man. The Huskies had a chance at home in Corona at Centennial High School to beat the mighty Monarchs. Centennial came up just a little bit short. 21-16 was the final score. Centennial was stopped on 4th and goal twice in this game. Oh my gosh, they were right there. So now Mater Dei advances. They will take on Servite for the Division I championship, but Centennial gave Mater Dei all they could handle in this game. In fact, they battled Mater Dei like no other team this season. So Centennial, their one and only loss this year, coming in the semifinals. All right, so that was Division I. Now let's talk a little Division VII football with the Aquinas Falcons. Aquinas going to the Division VII championship game. Let's check out some highlights from their win in the semifinals as they took care of Pasadena. 31-21 was the final score. So now Aquinas will go on the road for the D7 title at St. Pius in Downey. That's on Saturday night, 7 o'clock, again, for the Division VII championship. Head coach Jordan Brusig is in his 7th season with the Falcons, and this will be his 4th CIF title game in 7 seasons, and that's counting the weird, wacky spring season that we had, which didn't even have a playoff. So really 4 CIF title games in 6 seasons for Jordan Brusig and the Aquinas Falcons. They won it all in 2019 in Division 5. They won it all in 2017 in Division 9. Now trying to do it again in 2021 in Division 7. The Falcons going on the road to St. Pius on Saturday. Best of luck to the Falcons and all of our local teams playing for CIF Southern Section titles on Friday and Saturday. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, you know, we're talking a lot of high school football because it is championship week, but the basketball season has started. When we come back, the head coach for the Rancho Verde, Johnny Dukes, will join us live when we come back.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40.
Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here.
Make sure you check out Pep Man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep Man.
You guys rock.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team? Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
Bears of Northern Colorado coming in at 3-2. And again, the 5-game homestand has been perfect so far for the Lancers. And what a start! Chance Hunter to Dan Hawkins. Here come the Lancers back the other way. Tyrell with it around the screen. Tyrell drive the dish. Aachen 2 for 2 and dunks. To lose, taken away by Rao. Rao on the break to the cup. It's up and in. Tyrell
was a big win for California Baptist University. The men's basketball team off to a 5-0 start. Huge wins against San Jose State, then Northern Colorado. You just saw some of the highlights. And the Lancers have the #1 guy in the nation in terms of assists, total assists and assists per game in Taron Armstrong. But right now, the Lancers on the road at 5th-ranked Texas. And the Longhorns are up big at halftime, 35-16. So unless CBU can mount some incredible comeback in the second half, it looks like the Lancers might suffer their first loss of the season. But CBU off to a great start back home on Saturday night here at the CBU Events Center. All right, let's talk some high school basketball. The season is here. Joining us live on the show, the new head coach for the Rancho Verde High School of the Mustangs, Johnny Dukes. And Johnny, Coach Dukes, first off, I want to say, I'm doing my homework and I'm going online and I find all of your your highlight mixtape, all these dunks. Can you still dunk a basketball?
I can. I definitely can't jump as high as I used to, but I can still get up there if need be and throw one down from time to time.
Do your players know that? Do you have to show off maybe a little bit in practice?
So they've been getting on me lately, and I haven't really shown my new players. My old players, they definitely know, but my new players have not seen it yet. I've been kind of waiting for a specific day to bring it out so I can show them.
Well, Coach, listen, there's a lot of talk, a lot of hype around this, this team this year. You've got some great players. I think the expectations are probably pretty big for the Mustangs this year. What do you think makes this team special at Rancho Verde High School?
I think how quickly the guys gelled. They kind of welcomed me with open arms, and then we had a few transfers come in. There's no egos. Everybody just kind of bought in, and the guys are working extremely hard. So we're just trying to do what we can to get prepared for this grueling season.
So, Coach, your first game out, I know you guys are 1-0. You beat Bloomington, and I think you scored 102 points. Is that correct? And is that like a school record or close to it?
I actually have the AD working on that. We scored 102 points, and after the game, I was kind of curious, so I went on Max Preps, but that only goes back to about 2004, I believe. So I went to check and see how many times. I was thinking, how many times did Rancho score 100 points? And I went and checked, and on Max Preps, there are 0 times that they've scored 100. So I reached out to the AD, and now he's doing some research for me. So it may be a school record, but I can't confirm that.
Well, I think you guys got a good shot because at least in recent history with, Travis Showalter was the coach and then Brandon Baker, they love the defense. They love those 35-point games or 40-point games. They like the low-scoring, possession basketball kind of game. So I think scoring 100 points, I think you're safe. I don't think they came anywhere close to 100 last couple of years.
Yeah, and honestly, my resume is if you hear anything about me as a coach, I'm a defensive guy. I coached with Jerry DeFabius for 6 years, and my main focus was the defense. So I did all the rotations, the scouts for player personnel, the plays and stuff like that. So I actually hang my hat on the defensive side of the ball. I've been blessed to have some talent, and these guys can score. But what not many people know is we were actually shut down for COVID. I think November 5th. So obviously it's a 10-day shutdown, and we didn't practice for almost 2 weeks leading up into the game. Our first day back was the day of the game.
So you guys look pretty good. The team, maybe they were doing stuff on their own. The guys were doing stuff on their own on the side to be ready for that first game. But obviously, what a great way to start the season. And Coach, you mentioned, some of your background a little bit, some of your experience. You're an Eisenhower guy. You played a season at SBVC. You came from Colony. Who are some of the guys that influenced you as a player and also as a coach?
Definitely my high school coach, Steve Johnson, who I kind of take the philosophy that I have now defensively. I still remember it from high school, and I talk to him from time to time. He actually just had a birthday. And I kind of do everything that I've done from high school. And then most definitely when I was at San Bernardino Valley College, Coach John Smith, who's now the head coach at Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, he's probably my biggest mentor. I talk to him, frequently. He actually wrote me a letter of rec to get the job over at Rancho. His son played there. So I lean on him heavily, get ideas from him. And then, Jerry DeFabius, a guy I worked with for many, many years, me and him, we were always in sync. It's almost like we're thinking the same thing. So me and him were kind of always on the same page. We hit it off as soon as we met. And, we had some really great years over at Colony. And then it obviously blossomed into me getting a head coaching opportunity over at Rancho Verde.
Coach, not just an opportunity, but, you go into a program that's had a ton of success, a program that has big expectations, one of the elite, I would say, high school basketball programs in the Inland Empire and Southern California. Do you embrace that opportunity of, taking over, like I said, one of the programs that's expected to contend for championships each and every year?
Absolutely. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, and I always do my research. So they've come in first or second every year in league, I think, since like 2005. Like they were in the open division in 2018. They won Division I CIF in 2017. So I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. But if you don't have pressure, you can't get diamonds. So I'm definitely up for the challenge. I think I'm the guy for the job. I'm just going to come in and make sure, my players are working extremely hard every single day, and we do what we need to do to be successful.
Well, Coach, speaking of your players, let's do some name dropping. And we know Kamani Davis. Davis is a stud. Who are some of the guys on this year's squad that you're hoping to have, big seasons from?
I have a few guys. Jasier Robinson is about a 6'7", kind of 3-4, plays inside, plays outside, can shoot it, can put it on the floor, rebound, defend. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. He can do a little bit of everything. And then I have a sophomore point guard who's a 30-day sit. This kid just plays. He has another gear that I don't see a lot of kids have. Like he is going to be a nightmare in transition. He's very unselfish, freak athlete. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Russell Westbrook, so to speak. Like just with his athleticism, the way he finds other people, but he can also score it himself. I know he loves James Harden, so he would probably love to hear that. But just as far as like body type and the way style of play, I think he leans a little bit more towards Russ. And then also I have a 6'10" junior, Jacob McFarland. He's very raw. He's coming in. He works hard every single day. Blocks everything around the rim, dunks, super athletic, left-handed like myself. So I expect for him to have a big season. And then I have a shooting guard who's also a 30-day sit, Raylan Simpson. He's another guy that can do a multitude of things, put the ball on the floor, score on all three levels, very unselfish when we need a shot. And then, obviously you mentioned Kimani. He's been everything. He's been a coach's dream. He's unselfish, but he can also score 40. So it's great to have the luxury to have a guy that can just go get you a bucket when you need it. And it's not as much as basketball is about X's and O's. You have to have some talent, and sometimes the talent just takes over in a game, and sometimes that guy is just better than the guy that's guarding him. And when things break down, he can take the ball and he can either shoot a 30-footer or he can get all the way to the basket. But like I said, he's very unselfish too, so he will look for his teammates and help them get some scoring done.
All right, Coach. So if I'm hearing this right, and correct me if I'm wrong, as good as you guys are right now, after the 30-day sit period, you guys will be even better. You'll have the whole crew together. Oh yeah, we have. Sorry, I left out a guy. Let me mention him first. Anthony Smith. So he is what we call a dog. Like this kid is full of energy, plays inside and out. He is tough as nails. He's about as tough as they come, and he is kind of our emotional leader on the floor. And he gets guy going. He steps up to the challenge. Always wants to guard the best guy. But yeah, when my 30-day guys get back, we're going to be pretty darn good. And Coach, right now you're already, the CIF Southern Section has those, those preseason polls, and they do like the weekly polls once the season gets going. You guys are one of the top 16 teams in Division III AA. So obviously the expectations are there, right? That this team is going to be good this year. Absolutely. Every day our goal is to
win league or work towards winning league, which we know we got a very, very formidable opponent in Riverside Poly, who's in Division I, and then we want to win CIF Division III AA. Those are the goals that we work towards every single day. So I think we're going to be a tough out. So team, if anybody happens to knock us off, they're going to really have to beat us. So because we're expecting to make a deep run, and then we'll see how it goes. As long as we continue to work, I think we're going to have a shot.
Now, Coach, you know, I was reading up on you, and you've played basketball, it sounds like, several places across the world professionally. You know, we talked about your coaching influences, but having played basketball, you know, in different countries, in different cultures, does it kind of shape the way you look at the game? Do you want your players to maybe play it differently, being exposed to, you know, like I said, different games, and maybe they play it different in Europe or different, you know, Japan or different places in the world?
Absolutely. I think as far as myself as being a coach, I've taken little tidbits from my high school coach, my college coach. I've got drills, you know, that we used to do overseas. So I think I have a little bit of everything in my bag to give to my players. And, you know, I was able to play 6 years professionally overseas. I played in Ukraine. I played in Belgium. I played in Turkey. I played in Japan. I also played in the NBA D League which is now the G League, but I played there for 1 year. So yeah, I have a little mix of everything. So sometimes my players are like, what is this drill? Like they've never seen it before. And that's probably true because it came from overseas. So, but they've trusted in me, you know, and listened to just about everything that I've said from day one. So I think we have a great thing going.
It's a top secret drill from Turkey. You guys have never seen it. It's all the way from Turkey. Hey, Coach, speaking of Turkey, let's end on this question. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Maybe it's a side dish. Maybe it is the turkey. What's your favorite? Maybe it's a dessert. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Honestly, I'm very basic. I don't venture out. I don't do I don't really mess with the veggies and stuff as much as I should. I stick to the macaroni and cheese, the ham, and the rolls. That's pretty much what my plate is going to look like, and then maybe some dessert to finish it off.
Can't go wrong with that. That sounds like a winner right there. That is head coach Johnny Dukes from the Rancho Verde High School. Coach Dukes, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you for coming on the show, and hopefully we'll come out and see you guys playing in a real game soon.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family as well.
Thank you very much. Coach Dukes here on the Inland Sports Show. We'll take one more commercial break. When we come back, we will recap the Austin Gorell Baseball Classic last night from California Baptist University. We'll be back with more Inland Sports Show.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods.
Guys, one other college basketball score I do want to bring up. California Baptist, 5-0 to start the season. Big wins against San Jose State, Northern Colorado, a couple of those teams. But they play tonight on the road at 5th-ranked Texas, taking on the Longhorns in their building. And again, CBU's 5-0. This would be the biggest win, obviously, in program history if they could win tonight at Texas.
I love pulling for these IE schools. I think we forgot to mention a few weeks ago when UCR beat Arizona State in Arizona on a buzzer-beating three-quarter length shot. So way to go, UCR. Hopefully we can do well again. The IE, they bring their lunch pail. Look out.
They do. We sneak up on people, man. Like, and it happens. And that's the beauty, I think, of college basketball. That's why we love March Madness, because, you know, some of these teams like a CBU or a UCR is going to knock off one of these, you know, traditional powerhouses once in a while. It happens. It might happen tonight. Absolutely. And don't forget, high school football championship games, including the California School for the Deaf in Riverside. They're getting national headlines for this school trying to win a CIF championship.
All right, so we've been talking high school football all night long during the show. You just heard in that KCAL 96.7 FM update, which actually was today. It's usually Mondays and Thursdays, but I went on today because of Thanksgiving, talking about that big CBU game against Texas. If you're watching the show live right now, let's see. The Lancers are down by 20 in the second half to the Longhorns. It's 42-22, and CBU just 1 of 11 from downtown, and the Lancers live from three-point land, and they shoot the three ball so well. But, man, the Longhorns looks like they're locking them down from the outside. So it's 42-24 right now, CBU and Texas, if you're watching the show live. All right, let's wrap things up like this. We have so much to be thankful for this holiday season. Thanksgiving on Thursday, of course. Last night, we were very thankful and grateful to just play a small part in the Austin Gurrell Memorial Classic. Johnny, let's take a oh, there's the picture first. That's Orange Lutheran, a.k.a. OC Lightning, and Great Oak High School. They made it to the championship game of the Austin Gurrell tournament last night at California Baptist University. It was Orange Lutheran winning the title for the second year in a row. But of course, we don't want to lose sight the big picture here, honoring the life of Austin Gurrell, the former North High School baseball star. Johnny, let's take a look at some video. I'm going to talk over it. It was the final out of the game between Great Oak and Orange Lutheran, a.k.a. OC Lightning. But again, so much scholarship money was passed out. We honored the life of Austin Gurrell, and it was really featuring most of the top baseball programs, not only in the Inland Empire, but the entire Southern Section. I mean, we had Corona and King, which are unbelievable programs. They both lost in the semifinals, so we had a great championship game with Great Oak and OC Lightning, and it was Olu winning 8-1 the final score. And again, great fall tournament, great championship game. But the big picture is we had a chance to celebrate and honor Austin Gurrell and his family last night out there at CBU. Great event, and I encourage you guys to follow them on Twitter at Gurrell Classic, and they do this every year. That was the 6th annual, so they'll continue doing that baseball tournament, which again brings out some of the top programs in the IE and Southern California. So much respect for the Gurrell family, Billy Trudell, and all those involved to make that game happen each and every year. All right, speaking of being thankful for Johnny Nunez and Teen Vision TV 16. It's Thanksgiving Eve. I said, Johnny, let's stay home and we'll go home, we'll watch movies, we'll relax. He's like, no, we got to do the show in studio. I said, okay, I'll be here. So yes, we appreciate him and everything he does. We'll be back next Wednesday. And hopefully we'll have some teams, some local high school football teams winning on Friday and or Saturday so they can move on to the state playoffs. So we'll be talking about that come next Wednesday. But until then, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We are very thankful for you who watch week in and week out. We do appreciate it. We do not take it for granted. So thank you very much. God bless you. Stay safe. Hopefully you have some relaxing, enjoyable time with your families this holiday season. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you on the next Inland Sports Show.